I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love and Marriage Detroit, Season 1, Episode 10.
Yes, but before we get into that, for one, I want to tell everybody to subscribe, like, comment, share. And we have a goal to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we can do it. Slowly but surely, we are getting closer and closer. As well as I want to read a comment from 2 episodes ago, Blair, from Pamela. She subscribed to the channel, and I forgot to read her comment last episode, so I want to give her her just due and her spotlight for what she said. She said, "Love your recap. Thanks for sharing your insight. I was laughing and agreeing the entire time. New subby here. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode that we give the recap on, Pamela. Thank you for subscribing and watching us. Hopefully you continue to comment. I will try to be in the comments, or Blair will try to be in the comments to, continue to cultivate that community."
Yeah, thanks for joining the conversation. Love talking to you.
Yeah, now what happened with this episode, man? Because last episode, I want to mention something about last episode, too, man.
Okay. Well, we start where we left off with Brandon in the counseling session with his mom.
Yeah.
He's expressing that when his dad was alive, he would call him, but kind of rush off the phone because he didn't want to take up too much of Brandon's time, feeling like he might be a burden for anything that he might need. And Brandon was saying that he just doesn't want his mom to feel that way with him. Mm-hmm. And he felt really guilty about it, about how his dad felt that Brandon didn't have time to talk to him.
Yeah, he also said something about the time where his father said he didn't want to be a bother, but Brandon admitted that he wasn't really a bother. Mm-hmm. And I can imagine the guilt he may have felt with that. But even this counseling session is weird. It's weird to me because it's not that I don't see 2 people who are trying. I see 2 people who are just comfortable with what their relationship is. Mm-hmm. And especially the mother.
Yeah.
I think the mother's like, I don't really have a problem with what's going on. So I think she could take it and leave it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what damage that will do to Brandon, but I think he sees the effect of it in his marriage, and that's what's making him continue to do it. Mm-hmm. But even watching it, I felt kind of cringy watching it because, like, usually in therapy or like the way TV make therapy look, you kind of look for like that breakthrough moment, or like that aha moment where like they both get it. Yeah. To where they both like, yeah,
we really need to.
Yeah, we really need to work on this, and I don't think I've seen it in this part of the therapy in this episode.
Yeah. Well, I also think that his mom, she's an older woman, and I think she's just come to accept what it is. And also, she even says, like, look, like, people call their moms every day. That's not going to happen with us. Yeah. Because I think she knows her son. Mm-hmm. And she knows, like, look, he doesn't talk. I'm not going to press him. Life is okay how it is. She said that she tried to talk to him about some type of voter registration thing, and he really wasn't into it. And she was saying, like, look, he doesn't care about what I care about. Like, what is this going to do?
But like, she don't seem offended by it. It's kind of like weird. It's kind of like she just like.
But I don't think it's weird. I feel like not adults, but parents, they know their kid, they love their kid, but they're like, this is how they are. Mm-hmm. I accept them and love them as they are. Mm-hmm. And this is our relationship. This is what it is. I think she's just come to accept it. I don't think she's trying to change Brandon. Honestly, I think Christina's trying to change Brandon and make him improve and be a better communicator and all these different things, which is totally fine and acceptable for the wife and their relationship. But mom is like, that's my son. I know how he is.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's all right. He ain't the best, but he's mine. So,
question. I wrote down this conversation. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wrote down this comment. If they don't talk, which they are comfortable with not doing, because Brandon said it himself. He said, I'm good with not talking at all.
Yeah, he said to anyone.
To anyone. So it's not even personal to his mom. Mm-hmm. If they don't talk, what other transactional thing they could do to replace constant communication? Because my thing is, okay, I understand some people are born introverts. Some people took on the personality of introverts. Some of y'all are faking to be introverts and things of that nature, and y'all just don't want to talk because y'all not interested and have nothing to talk about. Okay, whatever. What else can be done to replace constant communication? Does he got to be the type to like visit his mom every week or maybe consistently to replace talking? Because obviously whatever they're talking about, or that's not going to change.
Well, I feel like it goes into like love languages. So, what actually would be impactful for him and his mom to feel that they're building the relationship other than words of affirmation or communication? Maybe they need to spend time. Maybe they go to the movies once a month.
Well, she do make him a cake once a year.
Right.
But I'm like, what is something that can be practiced every day for these two people? Because I
don't think they want to interact with each other every day.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
they don't want to, and I think they're okay with it. And honestly, I don't think their relationship needs to change. I think Brandon needs to fix his relationship with his wife
because she's younger,
and because his wife is requiring certain things of him. He can go to therapy and work on his relationship with his mom if he wants to. But honestly, I think Brandon needs individual therapy of understanding why he is how he is. But you don't have to go and shake up your mother's life and tell her come to my condo downtown and all this type of stuff. When she's trying to do voter registration, she's busy.
Exactly.
Okay? She's got things going on. So focus on your family. Call your mom more if that's what you want to do, but don't be shaking up this lady's life. Let her chill at the house and make her cakes and do her voter registration. That's how I feel about it. So,
listen, I'm all for visiting your mom. I feel like visiting is better than calling in some instance.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, I'm out, I could just stop through. We could just sit in silence.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is possible to build a stronger bond, at least with them two, if both people don't mind talking to each other. You got to talk to each other. Or there has to be some type of transactional give and take to something. Something, now granted, there is the yearly birthday cake, but it got to be something that's consistent, that can be felt at least hopefully quarterly besides yearly. You get what I'm saying? But continue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you feel like there needs to be a change in their relationship? I honestly, if they're both content,
she's old.
Leave it alone.
I don't believe in changing old people. Like leave them alone. They got less than 30 years to live. Leave whatever brings your old mama, your old dad peace. That's like talking to your 80-year-old dad about soft parenting. Man, he grew up doing Jim Crow laws. He don't know nothing about that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the best thing that you can do for old people is not bring your kids around them. You know what I mean? Because
keep their area peaceful. Exactly,
because granddad be throwing stuff at us. You get what I'm saying? So, but other than that, it's just like, I don't believe you can change old folks. So it just is what it is. Let her live how she want to live, and as the son, it is your job, in my opinion, to basically the rest that your parent lived the rest of their life with no need, that they're not lonely.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If she don't feel lonely, then I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's pretty much how it ends up, is where their both of their homework is to find out what their relationship looks like for them, and moving it into a better space. And what does that look like?
He's like, I see you next year on my birthday. Okay, but
right. So we move on to the Harper Ray experience.
Oh my goodness, we finally get to meet Harper, don't we?
Yeah, I think Gillian Bradley is her name, the owner.
Okay.
So this is Christina's event. So she's hosting what appears to be like a networking event, a mixer for different influencers in Detroit.
Facts. For
them to meet up with each other, to possibly collab. And the Harper Ray store is just a very cute, looks like a nice photo op-y kind of place for them to just meet and connect. So that was cool.
Okay.
So Colby arrives, Dr. LaToya arrives, and Bravo's wife Lakita arrives. And Christina is expressing that she really appreciates Colby's support and that she's there, even though they had their miscommunication or whatever with the Harper Ray situation.
I got so much to say about that.
And Colby swallows it and is just saying like, yep, I'm here to support, and I'm not going to not support you, whatever.
Listen here.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Listen here. Don't fake support me. I don't need it. It's very evident that Colby didn't want to be there. And guess what? In that moment, I wouldn't have came. Only because it was Harper Ray. Only because this was basically one of the main things that we had a situation with. You get what I'm saying? A disagreement on. You get what I'm saying? So for this, I don't even want to give, even if I am truly over it, I don't want to give the impression that like I'm being shady or that I'm like no, just like I come to the next one. I'll just sit back with this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But continue. What else happened? Some things happened during there.
And Dr. LaToya brings up wondering if Christina and Colby do think that they could do a collaboration.
And that's why I wouldn't even been there.
Stirring the pot. And honestly, if I was Colby, look, that situation with Christina was pretty fresh. I think there's probably, even though they talked, after you talk to somebody, you can still have some lingering feelings that you're trying to work out within yourself. So to me, that was kind of like a poke in Colby's direction of just making her feel uncomfortable. I don't think Dr. LaToya tried to do that, but it was a poke to get the combo going.
Hey, Dr. LaToya, I like it better how you was in the first couple episodes. The lines you saying now is not adding to peaceful conversation and things like that. It's very evident that Christina don't want to work with Colby.
Yeah.
It's very evident that they don't want to work together. Colby may want to work together, but not want, like, I understand, you know how everybody say, oh, we all can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say we all can eat, but you eating off my plate.
Yeah.
Where's your plate?
Exactly. I'll share my cornbread, but I ain't gonna share my ribs with you.
No. It's not even that. You telling me we all can eat, but you're the one with the plate. Where's your plate? You're like, oh, I definitely can eat. Give me this. Like, no. I think they both need to work on, for one, collaborating together. Number one, without somebody being in the middle, in the sense of like a big brand or a big sponsor. I think they just need to practice working together, and then letting each other be on each other's sponsors or endorsements if they have it. But I can 100%. That's why I don't even understand where this heel turn with Christine happened. Christine, if she would just Christina rather, I don't understand. Like, if she was just honest about how she felt, I don't think anybody would have felt any way about it.
Yeah, they would have just said, okay,
cool.
That's
and guess what? If she did feel some type of way, as we said in previous episodes, like, Christina wouldn't be seen as the bad guy. It's just Colby just being her feelings. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I do think, LaToya, that was just too early, too soon. Read the room, please. You get what I'm saying? Too early, too soon. Read the room.
Yeah. And Colby thinks that, maybe they can collab in the future on fashion, on something. So she says, doesn't even brings up brands or anything like that. Maybe there's something in the future. But Colby's priority is them being on a good page.
First of all, let's just be friends. We ain't got to work together. Let's just be friends. Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
Christina, she goes on to say maybe they can do something where when they're in a more comfortable space, they collaborate. But Christina, she goes about saying things in a long, drawn out way where I felt like she's saying a whole lot of nothing. You don't want to collab with a girl. Like, you're over here talking, looking up, looking around, maybe, in the future. It's just like, girl, just say no. Just say no. You don't want to.
I really don't understand why she just won't say no.
Yeah.
Her actions say it loud and clear. Not answering phone calls, text messages, and whatnot.
Yeah.
I hear you.
So then we go to the Star Factory. We have a final rehearsal prior to the showcase. And we've got Bravo, Christina, Brandon, and this other guy, Remy Valentino, I think they said his name was.
Okay.
So the primary artist, Nyjah, the one who the issues were at the beginning about Brandon wasn't talking about his new artist and all this type of stuff. So Nyjah comes and she sings her song. She did sound a little like breathy, winded, kind of rushing the song a little bit.
Yeah,
she probably was just nervous or who knows. But Christina said to her, like, look, you sound kind of rushed, a little bit choppy. And she gave her some direction on how she should be singing the song.
What the hell is Christina role in Star Factory?
Whatever Brandon needs her to do that day.
Listen here, Christina, you ain't no vocal coach.
She can sing, though.
She can hold a note. If you can sing, you be a singer. That's how I feel about it. That's everybody treating Christina as if like she is the star that never was. You get what I'm saying? Basically, like her star was dimmed by Brandon. You get what I'm saying? Trust me, if you was it, you don't stop being it. You get what I'm saying? I don't really hold nothing against the new girl that was dancing. What's her, Nyjah, you said?
Nyjah.
I don't hold nothing against it because that's what rehearsal is. Rehearsal is where you mess up and you be choppy and things like that. I see Brandon, he vibing to his lyrics, vibing to his songs.
He was feeling it.
Yeah, he just, listen here. He's in his element. You get what I'm saying? So it was good to actually hear some music, somebody singing, besides people just saying that, like, I am a producer or I'm a writer or I help people get to the next level. To see Brandon in his environment, it was good to see. And even helping, even though I joke around with you, Christina, like, what is your job there at Star Factory? it's good to see. It's good to see y'all. I think y'all are like on a 4-episode streak of not arguing with each other.
Yeah.
So it's good to see y'all married and actually working together as one than actually going against each other one-on-one.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Christina, she does throw kind of some jabs in the confessional about how Nyjah looks and how she needs to come step it up by the day of the showcase and everything like that, which is absolutely true. I mean, this is rehearsal, Christina.
I'm about to say, like,
but okay.
I mean,
I think that was just a little bit of throwing shade because, you know,
I ain't gonna hold you. What she was wearing,
her.
I thought it was kind of strange, but it's none of my business. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, it's none of my business. I really don't be understanding women's clothes in general anyway.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's none of my business.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Russell and Colby. They are going for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
And
big dog.
Yeah. Russell is giving an update about the gym and how the gym's financial person or representative hasn't been very responsive to him. Mm-hmm. So he's putting the gym idea on the back burner for now.
Yeah.
And not going to move forward. And Colby is upset. She tells him that it's good that he communicated the gym update with her, but over the past few months their communication just hasn't been good. She brings up the whole him being in divinity school thing again, and she's recommending counseling. And apparently Russell initially recommended counseling, but she wasn't going for it at the time. But now she's actually opening up to the counseling idea.
This is what I call creating issues in your relationship. Please tell me, like, he informed her what was going on with the gym and things like that, and you bringing up old stuff that I said sorry for, and then you don't really bring attention to my new actions, my new behavior. You get what I'm saying? This is what I call creating issues in your relationship. Issues that doesn't have to be an issue. And granted, just because we're talking calmly and we're not arguing, doesn't mean that don't get tiring.
Yeah.
Like Colby, I think you and Russell are in a good place. I think y'all in a very good place.
Yeah.
A bad place doesn't mean that somebody did something bad and it makes you in a bad place. No. Y'all in a good place because Russell did something that you didn't like. You confronted him and y'all talked about it.
He's actively correcting it.
There was changed behavior. Y'all, that's not a bad place. Just because somebody did something you don't like or something you don't agree with doesn't mean you're in a bad place. So I think she, and granted, she wasn't putting 20 on 10, but she definitely was putting like 12 on 20 or 12 on 10. And it's like, I don't think there's a problem with communicating. I think he was excited about the gym. And she was like, you know, if I was involved in the whole thing, you know, this wouldn't happen. I'm like, okay, this is not the chance to take a victory lap. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to read the room. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to be, as I said back in review episode 1 or 2, to where I said you got to be a safe space for your man, for your husband. You want him to feel like he could come to you without you feeling like, I told you so.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Or you need to tell me more. Remember last time when you ain't telling me back in 98? You get what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man. Like, let that man walk his dog in peace, man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Next time I'm going to walk by myself.
Yeah, I did feel like Colby, she said he did good with the communicating about this, but I feel like she negated all of that when she was saying, over the past 2 months, things have just been this, and I'm just like, Colby, you talked to him. He corrected it. He's trying to be ahead of the thing and fix things. So I feel like after you have the conversation, just move forward.
Yeah.
And if you're unable to move forward, you can express that. You can say, like, look, I appreciate you telling me. I just still don't feel good about things.
You go to counseling.
Exactly.
You know,
and it could just be a thing of, look, I still don't feel good about it. I'm still holding resentment. I need to go talk to somebody.
Matter of fact, have him pray for you since he's a pastor.
Right, you know right. Maybe it's more of a you problem versus a both of you problem.
Exactly.
At this point, because it sounds like he's really moving in a different direction.
Listen here.
So.
Facts. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah. So then we go on to Dr. LaToya. They're with Anthony and their kids. They're just outside enjoying some family time.
Okay.
And they're just discussing how they're happy where they're at now, and they really don't want to go back to the space they were before, basically when Anthony moved to Atlanta. And he makes a joke like, oh, well, I can move to LA now and stuff like that. So I feel like he was just joking, but that whole moving away from your family when your kids are young, and, you know, that's really something that you have to agree on and be solid in. So so that if he does that again, I think that's going to be Way bigger issue.
She ain't going nowhere.
So
she love that man.
Well, they be fighting. They'll be fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So next we get to the showcase.
No. Before we get to the showcase, I was nervous about the showcase because this is something that Anthony put together, right? That Anthony put together with
Brandon
a group
and
of them.
Bravo.
But I want to focus on Anthony.
Okay.
Can I focus on MMA?
Sure.
Anthony, I saw your man movement last week, brother. No. Don't do that no more, brother. Don't do that no more. With this showcase, I was fearful to watch because I was like, I seen what happened when Anthony is at the head of things. Now, with the showcase thing of who is in it, who showcase it is, Brandon being part of it, Brandon not being part of it, confused me for at least 3 weeks straight. Mm-hmm. So whenever it came up on the scene, I was just like, I'll just go wait for Blair to explain it to me. Now, with this showcase, before anything popped up in my head, I was like, please let this be better than the man movement thing that y'all had. Mm-hmm. Because that man movement thing was an embarrassment. I understand that it's the first one, and you know my saying, hurry up and be bad at it so you can be good at it. But man, you should have been bad at it privately without the cameras, without us seeing it. That was pretty bad. But I was very looking forward to the showcase. Please enlighten me, Blair. What happened with the showcase?
Yeah, so with the showcase, they actually do have a pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
There's quite a few artists that Brandon is bringing that are going to represent for Detroit. And it really does look like a fun time, a fun event. His main star, Nigel, arrives.
What's up, Nigel?
She is trying to figure out where the stage is. Apparently, it's a really small stage. But look, she's got to get started somewhere. Mm-hmm. And this is a perfect place for her to start.
Yeah.
Latoya and Colby arrive, and they are all in green, the same as Christina. And so she's looking at it as a sign that they're on the same page, getting along a little bit better.
Yeah, they had a VIP section over there. Man, mingle amongst the regular folks, man. There ain't no reason for anybody to have a VIP section in this small backyard y'all got back here.
Exactly.
I'm about to say, mingle amongst your people.
Mm-hmm. Hang out with the folks in the neighborhood. And Lyrique, he arrives, and Brandon is pissed.
Of course.
Like, why is he here? Anthony told you he already invited him. Mm-hmm. So that he was going to come. So Christina ends up talking to Lyrique, and he talks to Christina when Brandon walks away. Mm-hmm. And he's giving her seems like he's kind of flirting with her a little bit. And asking her why she's not singing and let me produce a song for you.
Because she's not a singer.
Right.
That's why she's not singing lyric. I'm going to call you lyric. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah. And she's trying to keep it cute, but she pretty much just like, no, maybe, whatever.
And Colby even, like, she kind of peeked what's going on in the corner.
And she's like, who is she talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so... Nyjah performs, and Brandon is feeling it, thinking that she did a really good job. He's proud of her.
Yeah.
Latoya felt like maybe she needed some work, which she might. She's a new artist.
This is where you get to work at.
And you got to work it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And circling back to the conversation with Lyrique, Brandon ends up coming back, and he's saying, well, all she does is sing gospel now, so hopefully you're willing to produce a gospel song.
Hallelujah.
So Lyrique is saying that he never poached Brandon's clients. And Brandon says, well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. He's not going to believe Lyrique. But they chop it up, said that we can move past it, and they leave it there. I don't feel like they're really going to move past it.
First of all,
they're just not going to argue at this showcase.
First of all, Lyrique, I think his name is Sean. Yeah. And I think Christina called him by his real name. Mm-hmm. And that's he basically like, nobody call me Sean unless they really know me. You know what I'm saying? First of all, don't talk to my wife, brother. Mm-hmm. First of all, Brandon should have knocked you out right there. Just ended the whole showcase right there. Just mess it up. Because you're not going to disrespect me passive aggressively. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And Christina, as my wife, as the holder of my last name, don't only adopt my last name, adopt my morals and principle and my enemies. Sean is my enemy. Mm-hmm. What team you on? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, as soon as he turned around and started talking to you, you should have said, hey, Sean, I don't feel comfortable talking to you without my husband being here. That's just what it is. Especially since he ain't saying nothing about, he just saying, how come you not on the stage? Because she's not a singer.
Exactly.
It's just that plain and simple. Mm-hmm. So
he just wanted some reason to connect with her.
Just some reason to talk. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Then he gonna be disrespectful, talking about he have more seniority than the husband.
Yeah, that was wild.
Another reason to knock him out in the whole showcase right there. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, for one, Christina should have just. I'm not gonna blame on Christina, but I'm just like, listen, get away from the guy. Brandon had every right to feel some type of way towards Lyric, towards Sean, towards Lyric, whatever his name is, because he was being disrespectful. And then he was being passive aggressive with it. So that's two things I don't like. I don't like disrespect, and I don't like somebody who's being sneaky with their disrespect. Mm-hmm. Talk about you have more seniority than me. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But continue.
Then Anthony addresses Brandon and asks him where do they stand with their friendship. Brandon says that we're still bros, but he just doesn't always feel the love. And Anthony, he doesn't really address it. He's just like, yeah, we're bros, we're cool.
Give me a hug.
Exactly. Everything's cool.
Give me a hug.
Yeah.
Russell, pray.
Mm-hmm. Like, no. And they all come together. They say a prayer at the end. And honestly, it was a very successful event. It looked like a really good time.
It really looked good.
Yeah.
But Anthony, you wrong, bro.
Yeah.
If that's supposed to be your boy, guess what, man? And Larry didn't even do anything there.
No, he didn't.
He didn't even have an artist there. Exactly.
What was the point of him being there for real?
I'm like, exactly, man. Like, stop it. Everybody want to talk about everybody eat. Well, let him eat off your plate. Mm-hmm. Let me eat what I want to eat. You know what I mean? Like, anything else from the show you want to share? But anything on your mind about Detroit?
Nothing on my mind. It just looked like the showcase went well, and it is nice to see them actually come together for an event and put something on for the city, which is what I like to see. Yeah. On top of the drama and everything, but I'm just glad that they fleshed out something positive.
Yeah, I think this was the finale, and I think the reunion is coming up next. Yeah. And based on what we've seen on the previews of the reunion, Christina, I feel like you will be the main topic for a lot of the review. It doesn't look good for you. Does it look good for her?
No, but it hasn't been because she be lying.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
These are the shows that we are reviewing for August and September. Please, in the comments below, let us know what show we had left off. We already recorded some of the few, already started on some of the few. Please, in the comments, if we missed something that you want us to watch, that you are currently watching, put it in the comments below, and me and Blair will make a decision on if we're going to review it. Please.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.